Welcome to our webinar, How to Read Your DIR Report. My name is Devopia Sengupta, and this is our second webinar for that discuss how to read your aggregate reports, DIR aggregate reports that we uploaded a few weeks ago into your portal. We will be starting the webinar in a couple of minutes, just waiting for a few more folks to join. So stay with us and we will be there shortly. Thanks. Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to our webinar, How to Read Your DIR Reports. Let's get started. I am Devopia Sengupta and I manage the data registries for ACR. And this webinar is going to discuss how to interpret the numbers that you see in your DIR aggregate reports. At the end of the webinar, I will also try to show you how to generate a live report for your facility. And a few housekeeping things. Everyone is muted during the webinar. This webinar is going to be 1 hour 15 minutes because it's a lot of material that I'm going to cover. At the end of the webinar, we do have a Q&A session. If you have any question during the webinar, please type in your question in the chat box. And we will get to all of your questions one by one at the end of the webinar. Also, you have the option to raise your hand using the hand icon, and we will unmute you at the end of the webinar. Then you can speak and ask your question. During the webinar, please do not put us in hold because we can hear your hold music. Please put us on mute so the webinar is not disturbed for other attendees. Let's get started. Learning objectives: to understand the purpose and use of different DIR aggregate reports, to learn to interpret the comparisons from registries with an understanding of potential inaccuracies. We will discuss introduction to our dose index registry, information provided by different reports, how to interpret your aggregate reports, how to generate web-based reports, and at last, marketing toolkit. Introduction. So what is dose index registry? Dose index registry was launched in May 2011. It is a tool for quality improvement so facilities can review dose indices and optimize protocols. It collects and compares dose index information across facilities. It is fully automated. And we are currently working on site-specific reference level. It also helps you to meet the Joint Commission requirement for radiation dose monitoring. There are certain things that DIR is not. DIR is not meant to collect individual patient doses, only dose indices, which is CTDI wall. The scanner output DLP is dose length product, which is calculated by scanner output multiplied by the scanning length, and SSDE is size-specific dose estimate, which is size-adjusted dose estimate, which takes into account of patient weight. DIR also does not collect patient identifiable information. We have HIPAA regulations, and according to our participation agreement, we are not able to collect this information. It also does not track individual patient dose. What do we collect? We collect dose indices for each exam and each irradiation event, characteristics of the facilities. There is a typo here. It should be facilities to enable comparisons, and localizer images, or otherwise known as scout images, to measure patient width. We report on 25th, 50th, and 75th percentile dose indices for facility, registry, and also for all facility categories for each protocol. We do not report the means because means are more subjected to extreme values than medians. Dose indices per scan to help optimize the protocols, and dose indices per exam to assess performance across all scans per exam. You will see when you go to your portal, you will see there are many reports, and each report has its own merit. So specific informations are provided in specific reports. For adult patients, you should look at DIR facility PDF report for adults and DIR Excel supplemented report for adults. For pediatric patients, you should look at the pediatric PDF report and pediatric Excel report. For high-level executive summary, which also contain the QCDR preview report, you should look at DIR executive summary report. And for facilities which are under the umbrella of a master facility, you can compare all of your child facilities with master facility as well as dose index registry using our master facility spreadsheet report, which is the Excel spreadsheet report for adults and pediatrics. And you can log in as master facility and see all of your child facilities PDF reports. Those reports are identical with all of your child facility PDF reports, but we upload it under this master facility as related facility report so that you don't need to log in as different child facility to access those reports. So essentially, if you are a master facility with 60 different child facility, you do not need to log in 60 different times to access those reports. You can log in at one and see all of your child facility report in one place. In addition to that, we do have web-based reports, and we also that can display exam details and comparisons of scanners. Let's move on to how to interpret your PDF reports, adults and pediatrics. Some general information about pediatric and adult PDF reports. There are contents or bookmarks for easy navigation. Pages 3 through 7 of the PDF reports give you important information. I'm not going to read through all of these. These contain criteria of inclusion between for adult and PDF reports. What is the difference between per scan and per exam and phantom size? What are the fundamentals of radiation dose, participating facility map, DIR facility characteristics? And if you are a facility that joined recently DIR, or you are someone who is attending this webinar for the first time, or have been managing your DIR or doing this registry, then you might have some questions, and many of these questions can be answered using this information that we provide here. So please go through that. These are important. You can see here, page 3 of your PDF report shows you the criteria of inclusion in the report. And then this is page 4. It has information. What do we mean by per exam and per scan is a very frequently asked question. What do we mean by per exam and per scan? Please read this. Essentially, it says that if you are doing CT abdomen pelvis with and without IV con, then you are essentially doing 2 scans here. One is with IV con, one is without IV con. So in DIR, we will take the maximum of the dose index between the 2 scans and report it as max or per scan. And then we will total these 2 scans and report it as per exam. And there is an example in this indices per exam and per scan board. There is some information about phantom size and fundamentals of radiation dose. There is information about SSDE and how we calculate the SSDE. There are links that you can go to see more details about this. And this is in page 5 of your PDF report. Then comes our DIR facility map. You can see that there is a large number of facilities all over the US participating in DIR. And this map is divided by census division. Then we have a page showing the distribution of facility type, location, and census division for the participating facilities for January to June 2016. We have large number of community hospitals. We have a good mix of metropolitan, suburban, and rural facilities, as well as participation from all over the US from all census divisions. So DIR is very representative of all the US facilities. You can see the boxes show you the number of facilities and just next to the bar charts. Let's go to semi-annual report for adults. First comes the executive summary report, and on the left-hand side you can see the red highlighted part shows the executive summary report for SSD, QCDR, and TLP. So for each of these indices, you will have an executive summary report. This is a page that shows you the executive summary report SSD per scan. Of note, we use only per scan exams for all the PDF report to keep it in a manageable size. For all Excel spreadsheet reports, we will see per scan and per exam. And these criteria are all included in the inclusion criteria in the beginning of the reports. So this is per scan for SSD. If you look into the left-hand side, this is our PID short name, or the short name report as we call it. This is how your exams are reported in our report. The next column shows your facility ID, and then the next column is the DIR size. This is the registry level numbers. Then in the comparison with the metropolitan location, assuming that your site or this test facility was a metropolitan location, we are comparing with the similar location. We will compare with the similar census division and similar type of hospital. So if your hospital is an academic facility, we will compare it to the other academic facilities in DIR, so on and so forth. On the left-hand side, I have highlighted an exam. It is CT abdomen pelvis with IV cons. It is a very high volume exam in DIR. You can see these are the ends or the number of exams done in either the facility level or registry level or any of these facility characteristics level. And then 25th median and 75th percentile are the numbers that we are going to discuss. This is the statistics that we are going to discuss, and we will use these terms throughout our webinar. You can see for this site, the facility did almost 6,000 exams, and the 25th median and 75th percentile numbers were 12, 15, and 20, which means that 50% of those 6,000 exams, nearly 3,000 exams, had a value of 15 milligray or less. 25% of those 6,000 exams had a value of 12 milligray or less, and 75% of the exams had a value of 20 milligray or less. You can see that at national level we had over 410,000 exams from all over US. So this is national level. So it is a very high volume exam, as I said. So there are a large number of exams for this protocol. And this is the number of 9, 12, and 17 for DIR. And you can compare where your medians or your 75th percentile and compare that to DIR median and DIR 75th percentile to see how your facility is doing with respect to DIR. So this is a box and whisker plot, and we need to understand that because in this PDF report and also executive summary report, we use this extensively. And once we understand this, the understanding of DIR report becomes very natural. And this is also very easy to understand. You can see this is a box and whisker plot. It is called so because it has a box and 2 whiskers. So the upper whisker is the maximum observation. The lower whisker represents the minimum observation. You can see the lower part of the box is the 25th percentile or lower quartile. Upper part of the box itself is the 75th percentile or upper quartile. The blue dot in the median is mean, and the blue line is median. Your facility median is represented by the red line, as you can see across the box. So those are the parts of box plot. You can see the when we use the box plot comparisons, the left-hand side bookmark shows the high volume exams included in the report for national and regional comparisons in alphabetic order. Clicking the exam name will take you to the specific page, so you don't need to go scroll one by one. You can just click one of the exams if you're interested in that. This is a page showing all the box plots, so a table and the box plots, and I will show you how to use this in a minute. So all the information that is in the box plot is also in the table. You can either read it from the box plot picture, or you can also read the number from the table. However it is more appealing to you, you can do it. This is the table, and this is a box plot in a slightly zoomed way. You can see that the first box plot is registry. It is representing the DIR registry, and the first line of the table is representing the same thing, the DIR registry level. The second box plot is registering, referring to suburban location or location level comparison. Third box plot shows you the comparison for census division, and the fourth box plot for the type of the hospital. This is a community hospital. Your median, as you can see, is 13, and that is written in a written in red within a box. The number that your median equal to 13, and you can also read from the scale that your median is 13. The red line across all the boxes is your facility median. The red arrow you just saw is a DIR median, and you can see that DIR median is 12, and all the medians for other facility characteristics are also 12, except the community hospital, its median is a little higher, it's 13. So that's how we read the box plots, and how we are going to incorporate. We can also read from the table as you are comfortable. The pediatric executive summary is it is very similar to the adult. The only difference is for pediatrics, we do stratify each exam into 5 age groups: 0 to 2, 3 to 6, 7 to 10, 11 to 14, and 15 to 18. Also in pediatric reports, we the cutoff for each and every exam is 2,000 exams. So if we had 2,000 exams for a short name or for a protocol, we include that in our PDF report. DIR does not collect weight or height, so unable to stratify by BMI. But what we have seen so far is that the way if we stratify by age in this way, it is pretty close to what we get by BMI. Here is a screenshot of a pediatric report, and you can see each exam is, and this is DLP per scan, and DLP is in milligram centimeter as it incorporates the scanning length. This is again the site itself. This is the DIR, national level comparison to similar locations, similar census division, and similar type of hospital. You can see that 25th median and 75th percentile, those numbers are represented for each level of comparison. N's are the number of exams, and whenever you take a look at your percentiles, please also take a look at the N's, because it is very important. It doesn't matter whether you did 1,000 exams or one exam. If you just did one exam and your median is higher than median DIR, then it is very different than you did 1,000 exams and still your median is very high compared to DIR values. So take a look at those. You can see the CT abdomen pelvis with IBCON and the 5 age groups. And suppose we want to compare CT abdomen pelvis for 0 to 2 age group with for the facility with the DIR. You can see the facility only did 4 exams, DIR had 410 exams. And as we can see, the median values for the facility is 203 milligray centimeter, and DIR median is 67 milligray centimeter. The DIR's 75th percentile is 89 milligray centimeter, and facility's median is even more than DIR's 75th percentile value. So there is only 4 exams. It is possible that one of the exams were high for some reason and the other 3 were normal, but this is an example. If you did have many more exams, then it is worth taking a look why your numbers are higher. Similarly, you can compare your numbers with, say, similar type of hospitals the same way. This is an example of pediatric box plots, age group 0 to 2. In the first box plot, you can see that is for the SSDE. What do we see? We see SSDE median is higher than 75th percentile of DIR. You can see the red line across all the boxes are your facility median. and the red line goes above the upper part of the box for all of the box plots. So it is higher. Of course, it is higher than DIR median. Even it is higher than all the facility comparisons, 75th percentile. What we see for the DLP, for DLP and SSD, we can see that city medians for this facility is between 25th and 75th. So median actually cuts across the boxes, even though the median is, with respect to DIR median, it is higher, right? The facility median is higher than DIR median, but it is within 75th and 25th percentile. So it is possible that one of your dose indices, your dose index is higher than the DIR, and another dose index, it is within 25th and 75th percentile. So that's why we give you many different comparisons, different dose indices, so that you can take a look at from different angles and see if you need to adjust your protocol from any perspective. Similarly, you can see that this is a box plot for age group, the same protocol for age group 11 to 14. And here what we see SSD median is within 25th and 75th percentile of DIR. For DLP and CTDI wall, medians are within also 75th and 25th percentile, and the median is also very close to DIR. So for this exam and for this age group, the facility is doing a reasonable job. Now let's move on to PDF executive summary report. This is a high-level summary report and summarizes all your exams so that you can get a snapshot of your facility performances, especially if you need to print out some high-level summaries and present it to someone else, then this is a good place to start. Executive summary reports components are part of page 4. We have adult executive summary table, high volume box plot, pediatric executive summary table, pediatric high volume box plot, and 2016 year-to-date QCDR preview report. The first part is executive summary of adult. You can see that for CTDI wall, DLP, and SSDE, your facility numbers are compared to the national levels for high volume exams side by side. You can see that CT abdomen pelvis with IVCON, the facility did almost how many 10,344 exams, and what is the median? 13 milligray. CTDI wall, the DIR median is 12, DIR 75th percentile is 18 milligray. At the same time, you can also compare the DLP of your facility with all the DIR values and SSDE. So you don't need to go to another page, and it is convenient to see all of your dose indices for high volume exams and compare to the national level in one place. Again, this is a box plot that shows your facility's performance on 10 high volume DIR exams. You can see on the right hand side, here is the exam key. Each number represents one exam, which these numbers are also written in the bottom of the box plot. We did it this way because there is not enough space to write all the exam names at the bottom of the box plot. So there is a key. You can see that each of these box plots shows one exam. For SSD, you do not see any box plot for number 1 and number 6, and 9. And from here we can see number 1 is CT head brain without IBCON. Number 6 is CTC spine, and number 9 is CT neck. For all of these are not body exams. SSD is calculated only for body exams. That's why those box plots are not there. The red line is, as usual, your facility median, and each of these boxes represent DIR. So you can see where your facility falls with respect to DIR. If you do not see a red line, though, that means your facility did not do that exam. Executive summary, pediatric, you can see, again, it is divided in 5 age groups. And this is the way you can take one age group and compare to all DIR sites for each of the dose indices. Okay, so this is an example of pediatric 0 to 2 age group, and it is shown on page 17 of your PDF report of executive summary report. This is the age group we are discussing, and as I said before, this is the exam key. You can see that for this exam, the facility's median is very high. It is above DIR 75th percentile for CT, abdomen, pelvis with IBCON for SSDE. So you can see this box plot actually showing the number 2 exam, and you can see, we can say SSD median of abdomen pelvis with IBCON for 0 to 2 age group for the facility is higher than 75th percentile of DIR. That's how we will word this box plot. Next, we are coming to QCDR report. In 2016, CMS has approved NRDR as DIR as a QCDR, a qualified clinical data registry. Facilities which are already submitting data to DIR are qualified to, if they elect, then we can submit their data to CMS for PQRS, payment of physician quality reporting system requirement. And there are 6 measures from DIR. This is page 23, by the way, that I'm discussing. You can see that your facility measures are compared to aggregate across DIR facilities. Now, not every facility that participates in DIR is getting this report, but every facility which participates in DIR are not selecting QCDR as an PQRS as an option. So the number of facilities that actually using DIR to submit their data to CMS using our PQRS QCDR reporting is going to be lower. So this comparison might be a little different, but not much. So if you see that you are doing better than most facilities in DIR, your performance measure median is very close or better than performance measure of DIR, then probably you are in right track. You can see from DIR we have 6 non-PQRS measures, and if you want to know more about qualified clinical data registry, please go to our website, and we also have many webinars to discuss these wealth of information in our website, as well as webinars do provide a lot of information about PQRS. At the end, I want to mention that there is a toolkit. If you go to www.acr.org/DIR toolkit, you will be able to see many marketing toolkits that you can customize and show your participation and hard work to your customers. There are DIR half page ad, DIR table sign, banner ad, news release, and participation logo. All these are customizable. If you need any help, please reach out to us. We will be more than happy to help you. And then again, I'm not sure why that appeared here. Apparently that was a mistake because qualified clinical data registry is not the right one. So DIR toolkit www. This is the link you should be going to. So with that, I'm going to conclude my presentation, which covers all the PDF report, adult, pediatric, and executive summary report. But don't be so happy because we still have to go through the Excel spreadsheet report. So take a deep breath, and we are going to start right now, 1 minute after I open my spreadsheet report. Okay. So here we are. I hope that you can see it. This is an Excel spreadsheet report that is sample facility spreadsheet report. Actually not real data, but all the comparisons are real data. The first page shows introduction about the report. You can read all, and it is very informative. What it includes in inclusion criteria, percentiles, how we interpret the percentiles, and what this report contains. We have organized in color-coded tabs for you to understand that these are grouped together. The first part is pink part, which is body part comparisons by body part to other facilities. Then the part comes the red parts, which are all dose indices. The blue part are all comparison over time or trend. And then green parts are, some find it kind of mysterious to use, but these are PIDs and how other facilities are mapping into. Most facilities do not know about this, but this is very interesting and important if you are having some mapping issues, and I will show you how you can use it. First of all, first page, first tab, you can see by body part. So here, all the cells is actually filterable. So suppose I want to see, I do not want to see a particular exam, right? I want to see how my facility is doing in all of the abdomen pelvis exams. So I can select just the abdomen pelvis exam. And you can see that for all the abdomen pelvis exams, my dose indices are organized by per scan and per exam. SSD per scan per exam, CTDI valve per scan per exam, and DLP per scan per exam. I can select, I can see how my numbers are compared to all DIR side. Now, if you are looking this weird number 1E, this is because there are too many numbers. Just double click it, and it will expand because we have so many numbers and some showing weird way. So you can see for abdomen pelvis, SSD per scan, this facility is 25th. The number of exams were over 10,648. Median was 15 milligrams, which means 50% of the exams were 15 milligram or less. 25th percentile is 12, means 25% of the exams were 12 milligram or less. Likewise, 75th percentile is 20, means 75% of the exams were 20 milligram or less. And you can compare your numbers with DIR as well as other facility types, facility location, and census division. And you also can compare it to the trauma center level if you provided us with trauma center information. Then we will compare. This facility did not provide any trauma center information, so we compared with other facilities which did not have trauma center information, which is not so helpful. But this is how we did it. So the first tab is SSD per scan. Then you can have SSD per exam, CTDI wall per scan, CTDI wall per exam, DLP per scan per exam, SSD per scan per exam, so on and so forth. So let's take one of the exams. Let's take this one. CT abdomen angio without then with IB1. So you can see this cell is highlighted in orange. We put this cell highlighted in orange because their median for DLP is above the 75th percentile, above the 75th percentile of DIR, which is, I'm having Y, because 775 and 75th percentile of DIR is 737. So 775 is higher than 737. That's why this one is highlighted in orange. Let's find one with blue. We found one more with blue, that is CT C-spine reconstruction without IV cup. Their median is below the 25th percentile of DIR. So DIR's 25th percentile was 366 milligray centimeter. Their median was 180 milligray centimeter. 180 milligray is of course less than 366. So we color coded this one in blue. What is nice about this is you can also filter by color code. So for say for example, I want to see all the exams for which my facility was above 75th percentile, right? So I filtered these and I got all the exams, and then I can focus on these exams to see whether some of these exams really need some protocol adjustments. And as we always say, before doing any protocol adjustment, please talk to your medical physicist and your physician and your team, because say for example, if you are selecting this exam, it has only one exam and it has 70, its value is above the DIR 75th percentile value, but I would not select this one just for changing my protocol, because it could be one specific case for which you had to use that higher dose. So to take a look at this number, this N is very important before when you are looking at the median and 75th percentile. Also look at N. Okay, so now let's take a look at one of the trends. So trends actually compares your value at a certain point in time with your value at another point in time. So that's called trend. Over time, how your facility is doing, it is not comparing with anyone. It is not comparing with DIR or any other facility comparisons. So if you are doing a PQI project, then it might be helpful for you to see whether the changes that you are making in your protocol is having any positive effect on the DIR dose indices. So for example, you are changing your protocol for CT abdomen angio with IBCON, and you can see the last one is most the first period that you submitted your values to DIR, and the first period is the most recent period. So if you want to compare two periods, say I want to compare how compared to 2015 Q3 Q4, if my values changed in 2016 January to June, I can see, yeah, that actually changed and it actually increased. So that way you can compare your values over time. And you can compare for all 6 dose indices. Now, those 2 green protocols that are kind of mysterious, right? So short name RPID lookup. here you can see what other facilities have mapped into their short names. So if you are wondering, okay, I have this exam and I am a little confused, what other people are mapping into it. So you can figure this out from here. If you can see that short name, if a facility had a short name city ABD, LE, NGO bilateral, then they assigned it to RPID 1859, and then that exam appeared under city abdomen, LE, NGO in our report. So if your names, short names are close to what if you can find a short name that is close to what other facility assigned, or even you can find any exams from here and see what RPID they assigned it into. And sometimes it is very helpful to know what other facilities are mapping into. The next one, study description RPID lookup, is actually your facility data. So suppose you do not know where to look for city abdomen without IV gun. You don't know. You all know that, okay, from my scanner, I know from my scanner I named it ABD city without IV, without PO con. That's all I know. And I do not know where I should look for this exam in your report, under which name. So when we change the name, what did we change it to? This is a way to figure it out. You can see that your facility was, the study description was this one, and then you gave it the short name city abdomen without IV con. You mapped it to RPID 3, and then that appeared to sit under city abdomen without IV con in our report. So that is a good way to track exams. Also, we always encourage you to map your exam in more granularity. More granular you map is more useful. Although if many facilities did not map into that granular level, we do not discard that exam. We just roll it up under the umbrella of the next level. So this is also something to keep in mind. With that, the adult Excel spreadsheet report is done. And let's see, one more thing to go is the pediatric Excel spreadsheet report, which fortunately does not have much difference than it is not much different than adult Excel spreadsheet report. The only difference, as you can imagine, is the age group. So for each of the exam, you can see that the exam is divided into 5 age groups, so that you can compare not only the short name report or the exam protocol, but by age group. Because as you know that infant of 2 months will get very different dose in this than a teenager of 16 years. So that's the reason. Also, your facility might be doing a very good job in one of the age groups and might not be doing a good job in another age group. That is also possible. So if you are seeing for one protocol, one age group is highlighted in yellow, another age group is not highlighted in yellow, then you can see probably you are not doing size adjustment very effectively, and that is something to look into. So and other parts of the reports and highlighting is very similar to what we have in adults. Likewise, we have QCDR wall per scan exam, DLP per scan per exam, SSD per scan per exam, for the dose indices as well as the trend, and those two printfs. So that actually concludes my Excel spreadsheet report as well. Now let me see if I can show you how to generate the online report. Now there are many different kinds of online report. and a detailed description of each report and how to use it, when to use it, are in our DIR user guide. I'm going to show you something, how to generate a standardized rows index report, which are in every respect very similar to our Excel spreadsheet report. Well, it does not have the bells and whistles of the highlighting yellow and highlighting in blue, but if you really want to look at your facility data for more recent period, and you can actually generate that spreadsheet and look into your data and do your graphs and other nice statistical analysis using your data. So let's see how we can do it. This is our website, National Radiology Data Registry. You use login using your login credentials. I'm going to log in as a facility user, and I'm going to use a test facility. So last time it did not work. I'm going to give it a shot right now and see if my public facility has any data. So I am logged in as a facility user for a test facility, and I'm going to, on the left hand side, there is a DIR. I'm going to, you can see under the report summary of data submitted through standardized dose index report. Each of these are discussed in details in our DIR user guide. If you need any help, always let us know. We will be happy to walk you through. I'm going to click this one. Then log in. And you can see the exam search, scatter plot over time, box plot by scanner, and summary comparison. So I'm going to click summary comparison. And here we go. Facility data incomplete and cannot be searched. So I cannot actually show you, but if you click this, then your facility will, you can see your facility data, and you can select which dose index you want to see. You can select the date range, and you can do search, and you can see Excel spreadsheet will appear. You can download and save the Excel spreadsheet. It will be more useful if I really could show you this one, but I have a picture to show you. That's the best I have right now. So this is a picture I wanted to show you. You can see picture of scanner comparison. This is actually not summary comparison. This is a scanner comparison. You can compare your scanners. So for example, you have 5 scanners, and for one of the protocol, you want to see how your 5 scanners are doing. So this is a good way to compare. You can generate a box plot by scanner, and you can see the scanners are listed here, scanner A through E, and this is RPID for RPID 144, CT abdomen pelvis without IV con. And you can see there the scanner 1 did 7 exams, scanner 2 did 21 exams, scanner 3 did 64, 48, and scanner 5 actually did most exams, 310. And what is your median for each of the scanner is listed here. This one is actually DIR median, 14.45. You can see the line across. The black line across all the scanner is the DIR median, and each of the scanner has their own red line as their median, and you can compare their median with DIR median. So if you want to compare your scanners, then you can do it this way. And I apologize because the summary comparison did not work, but if you need any help, please let us know. We will be happy to show you for your facility how you can generate. And I will definitely reach out to my IT to see why this is not working for me. With that, I'm going to conclude my webinar. Thank you so much for listening to the webinar, and we are going to open Q&A session right now. So if you want to ask any question, or we can unmute you, or you can type it in. So let's see, do we have any questions? Okay, so no one has any question. Okay, I'm going to be online for a few more minutes, and if you have any questions, please let me know. We will post the webinar online. So you will have access to the webinar. And if you cannot think of any question right now, that's fine too. Maybe we can do a poll to see first poll. Can we do the poll? First poll, I do have two polls. The first poll is how many people are new. See, and we will also share the data of the poll.
The first one was how many years your facility has participated in the DIR.
Yeah. So the first one was how many years your facility have participated in DIR. And let's see.
Okay, so we had 43% in their first year,
Okay.
29% 2 years, 29% 3 or more years.
Okay, so we have more facilities that are in their first year. And let's do the second poll then. If this is your first webinar or not.
Okay, we had 50% for the first time, 50% for attending previous webinars.
Oh, awesome. So we have a 50-50 split. For all of you who are attending this webinar for the first time, I know that this can be a little bit overwhelming, and that's normal. And that is how it's going to be, unfortunately, because we did cover a lot of material. We are going to post the recorded webinar in the website. So you can go to our website and listen to it whenever you want, as well as if you come up with any question or you want to discuss your reports with me or any of our team members, please let me know. Email nrdr@acr.org, and we can do a go to meeting session with you to discuss your reports. So our goal and the goal of this webinar is to help you understand your reports, so that you can use your reports to improve the quality of the services you provide to your patients. And we are here to help you in any way we can. So don't hesitate to contact us with any question. We will be more than happy to help you. I do not see any questions. So with that, we are going to conclude this webinar. Thank you again for joining this webinar. We do have another webinar. You are more than welcome to join there. Thank you so much.